In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to set up Google Ads for your hair salon so you can get more clients in the door every single day. So unlike everybody else on YouTube, I'm actually going to show you shit that actually works. I'm going to show you exactly how much your competitors are paying to appear at the top of the page, how to find the correct keywords to bid on, and how to structure the campaign to maximize the amount of clients that you get from Google Ads, as well as the #1 mistake that new advertisers make when it comes to Google Ads and exactly how to avoid it. But if you do care about your ad campaign, make sure you don't skip anything because you don't want to miss out on anything important. Let's jump into the video. So the very first thing we're doing is we're not actually going to build the campaign like everybody else would, all right? The first thing we want to do is go over to Tools on the left-hand side. We're going to go to Planning and then Keyword Planner because we're going to actually find the keywords to bid on so we have that unfair advantage before we actually create the campaign. So go to Discover New Keywords and we're just going to change the location to our nearest city. So I'm going to type in Melbourne, and after I've done that, I'm just going to tap on Save. And then we're going to type in like a typical keyword that somebody would type in to find a hair salon. Like you type in hair salon near me and hair salon, just literally anything somebody would type up to actually find a hair salon. All right, so we're going to tap on Get Results. We're going to get rid of this over here. Now, bang, off the bat, this is exactly what you can see, right? Average monthly searches, I want you to tap on this because it brings down the highest searched keywords. And look at this, guys, 10,000 to 100,000 monthly searches in just Melbourne. If you're not from Melbourne, Melbourne's a pretty small city. That's how many people are looking for hair salons every single month, right? So what we want to do right here is we want to tap on these keywords like this, and we just want to remember the top of page bid, low range and high range. This is very important. Make sure to write this down. You just want the average of what the high range is. So let's go through all of these. I'm just going to select a few for this example video. So bang, I've selected a few different keywords here. Now, obviously the keywords that I'm going after are ones that actually say hair salon. If you're going to have, different keywords based around like different services you've got when it comes to hair, you can have separate campaigns for this. This will just make it convert a lot better. If I was running ads for your hair salon, I would have separate campaigns for these separate services. But for this one, we're just going to go with the very basic like hair salon near me, just keywords that have either hair salon or the near me in it. As you can see, I've got haircut near me. It's just because these are things that are like urgent. They want to be there right now and they're just looking for just anything to get done, all right? So what we want to do now is just tap on copy, and we're going to go and just paste these in our notes, right? So what we're going to do is just go over to campaigns, and we're going to actually start creating our campaign now. So let's tap on new campaign, tap on it again. Now the type of objective that we want is leads, because we want people to fill out our form on our website, maybe call our business, or just book in directly on our website as well, right? If you've got any of those, you want to be picking leads. If you somehow manage to get payment before anyone arrives, you can put this on sales instead, but leads is generally best for hair salons. So now we need to put in our conversion goals. So I have signups, page views, and phone call leads. Now I have a completely separate video that teaches you exactly how to set up conversion tracking for your business. It's linked straight down the description. It's just because, I need a whole separate video for that because it's a whole different beast. But make sure you watch this video first so you know exactly what you're doing, and then watch that video after, because Google takes a couple of hours to really publish the campaign, so you've got plenty of time to put in the conversion tracking. So let's tap on continue. The campaign type, we're going for search, right? These are the best ones. It's just when somebody searches something up on their phone, like in Safari or Google or Bing or anything like that, they will then see your ads right off the bat, all right? How we want to reach our goals is going to be website visits. We don't want to use phone calls because phone call ads are really bad and they don't really get much traffic. And if we use website visits, we can honestly just add in a phone number onto the ad anyway, so it's all good. And lead form submissions are really shit when it comes to Google, so don't waste any money on them. So here is the hair salon that I'm going to use right now. It's just a demonstration for this video, and we just want to name the campaign what it is. So I'm going to name this based around the keywords that it is. So it's hair salon. And the type of keyword, these are going to be exact match. You're not going to understand what that is right now, but you will in a little bit. So we're going to tap on continue now. Now the very first mistake 99% of beginners make is starting this on conversions, right? For the bidding strategy, if you're a new account, you do not want to do this. You want to start this on clicks instead of conversions, all right? So how Google Ads would do its bidding strategy with conversions beforehand is it basically set random prices for cost per clicks, because that's how Google works. You get charged when somebody clicks on your ad. And Google will value the perceived likelihood of them converting on your web page and try to bid it more aggressively and lower for specific people, right? Now, we don't want to start this on conversions because we have no conversion data in our Google Ads account. So we don't want this to try and guess and have a really steep learning curve with all of our ad spend on which people are likely to convert and not. So what you want to do is put this on clicks instead and set in a maximum cost per click. If you remember, the maximum cost per click was around $2.60, all right? So we're going to put this as $2.60 because this means that we're not going to spend more than $2.60 per click, which is incredible because if you don't have this selected and you have this on conversion focused bidding strategy, or you have this without the maximum cost per click bid limit in, you will just be spending ridiculous amounts of money to get clicks on your ad, which is not good, right? You don't want to do that. So make sure you do this, have the bid limit there, because as you just saw before, that's the average price that people are paying, anywhere from 60 cents or whatever it was to $2.60 to get a click, right? It's not going to be $2.60 every single time. It'll obviously be lower a lot of the time, but we just want to make sure we cap that. So tap on next, remove these two because they're absolutely shit. They do nothing at all besides make it really hard to track if they're working or not, which if you can't track it, then honestly, you shouldn't be spending your money on it, all right? Real quick, I hope you're enjoying the video. Look, if you do want that unfair advantage in your hair salon, you want to learn everything I know when it comes to Google Ads, Facebook ads, and automating your entire business, there's a link in the description to my advertising course. It is perfect for hair salons. You will find an unimaginable amount of useful information in there where you can literally just create high converting ads without ever having to worry. If you're interested, go check it out. It'll be the best investment you ever make. Now, once we're in the locations, we want to go and put in enter another location and then tap on advanced search, all right? So what we want to do here is we just want to type in the suburb that we live in or the town, just so this brings us directly there on the map, right? So bang, I've just done this like that. Now, when it comes to doing the targeting, there's two ways to do this. You can use a giant radius and drop a massive pin, but I don't recommend doing it this way because it's just absolutely shit. And you can't do bid adjustments later on. So what you want to do is tap on show all areas. This is, if you actually give a shit about your Google Ads campaign, you want to include and target all of the areas, where people would typically drive from to get to your hair salon, all right? You run the business, I'm sure you know how far people are willing to drive to, go to your hair salon because they like it a lot, all right? So what you want to do is just include all the locations that are, within that distance of your hair salon. So what I'm doing here is I'm just adding them in like this. The reason why I suggest doing it this way is because you can do bid adjustments based on different towns and suburbs. So just say this postcode here for Bolwyn converts really well, and I get a lot of clients from Bolwyn, right? They all want to get their hair done. But then I have Camberwell, which my ads don't convert very well there, and I don't get a lot of clients there. I can just lower my bids here and increase my bids over here. So I lower the ad spend in areas where I don't get many clients, and I increase it in areas where I do get a lot of clients, right? This way is fucking killer when it comes to creating super profitable Google ads. So make sure you do your targeting like this. You can thank me later, or you can thank me by liking the video. That'd be super helpful, because we're jumping on to the second biggest mistake that new advertisers make, and it's this location option. You want to change this from presence or interest to people in or regularly in your included locations. The reason why is because you don't want people who are slightly interested in your area, booking in an appointment or just looking at your website, clicking on your ad or anything like that. That means people from different countries, different states, different areas outside of your targeting location can actually see your ad. And that is not good because it will just end up with a lot of wasted ad spend, because either marketing agencies will tap on your ads and give you a phone call, or you just get a lot of looky-loos who are just interested. They might live in another state and they're kind of curious about, coming down, and maybe they're on holiday, maybe potentially getting their hair done or whatever, right? You don't want to waste any money on this. Make sure to have this on this one. It will save you thousands of dollars, right? Now, once we're scrolling through here, we want to have the more settings on. You can run this as an ad schedule to have this just going for, weekdays, if you only want to answer the phone, deal with bookings on weekdays or whatever, or you can have it to run just the whole time, right? Then you also have audience segments here. It's the same thing with the targeting locations. You can do bid adjustments later on. What I recommend is just tap and bang, select all 27, keeping it on observation, and then fucking off to the next page over here. All right, what we're gonna do now is tap on next, and we're gonna skip this because it's generally pretty shit at the moment. And we wanna build out the ad manually to actually create shit that actually works, so that gets people to click on the ad and, book in their hair. But if we use this, it's just gonna put a lot of garbage in there, and a lot of the time it actually fucks up and it doesn't let you publish the campaign. So trust me on this. don't bother doing this, otherwise you might have to repeat the whole process. All right, so tap on skip, and we're just gonna manually put in our keywords now. If you remember, that's what I showed you at the very start. So you just wanna copy those over from your notes and paste them in here. Bang, here's all my keywords. Now what you wanna do as well is just put this little bracket around all of your keywords like I'm doing right now. You can slam this into ChatGPT if you have a large amount of keywords just to make this quicker. But for me, I'm just gonna manually go through here and do it because there's not a whole lot of keywords, all right? But what this does, this makes your keywords exact match. Now I can't really be bothered diving in and explaining this too much, but basically what it means is your ads will only appear when people type up these exact keywords, right? If you have this on phrase match, which is having quotation marks around it, it means that these will show up with things that are pretty relevant to your keywords, but aren't always exactly your keywords. And then if you have this as broad, which is just having no brackets or no quotation marks, your ads will just appear for anything that's slightly fucking relevant to hair, which just means you have a massive hole in your purse when it comes to all of your money falling out, just because all these people and clicks that you're gonna get are going to be low quality because they're not actually searching for that exact thing, all right? So you wanna make sure to, have these on exact match or phrase match. My preference is exact match. Now what we're doing is we're scrolling down and we're creating the actual ad, the thing that people see when they type up hair salon near me, this is exactly what they're gonna see right now. So what we wanna do is we wanna make this as high converting as possible. And how do you do that, right? Well, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in our phone number, right? Just like this, bang. And you can see if somebody searches up hair salons near me on mobile, they'll see an ad like this. They can tap on this and it'll take them directly to the website, or they can tap on the phone number here and call you directly as well. So it's absolutely killer to have that in. Tap on apply. Now I want to change these keywords around to be something a little bit more punchy, right? When it comes to Google Ads, you want a high click-through rate, which just means, how many people out of 100 views is going to click through. So we want to increase that. And a good way to increase that is to have high keyword relevancy. So you want to be relevant to what they searched, okay? And the best way to do that is putting in this little squiggly bracket like this and tapping on keyword insertion. Now guys, this is a secret that nobody ever fucking shares, all right? But I am, so please smash like on the video or something, because this will help you out so much when it comes to making your ads super relevant to what the searcher is searching. So I'm just gonna paste in a default keyword like this and put it on title case and tap on apply, all right? Now we're gonna pin this into position 1, just like that, and I'll show you exactly what this does. So as you can see, hairdressers near me, and now it's changed to hair salon close to me. Now what this is doing is the keyword changes based on what they search. So bang, it's literally just using all of my different keywords up here. So they just searched up hairdressers near me, and the very top of the ad literally said hairdressers near me. And then what it's on now is hair salon close to me, which is just one of our other keywords right here. So what we want to do now is just add in a couple more headlines, really punchy ones. This one is absolutely killer when it comes to keyword relevancy and getting that higher click-through rate. So bang, here's some keywords that I've just pasted in, all right? Some good ones. So these are all, so I've pinned all of these as second position just to show you for the ad. Now I like to pin a lot of my keywords and headlines just because it keeps them in set positions. This way I actually know what words are converting people and what aren't, so it's really smart to do it this way. Don't stress about the ad strength. It says incomplete. The ad is incomplete right now, but this cooks it a lot of the time and just says the wrong shit, and it really doesn't matter. Sometimes this will say poor, average, whatever. It literally does not matter at all. So please do not worry about this. And I know this ad isn't incomplete. This is just a glitch that Google's having right now. $1 billion company, yet they still fuck this up. I don't know how. All right, so what we got here is the keyword insertion, acting really good, and then one of our secondary headlines. Love your hair again, book now. Now I love to have the secondary headlines as things that are, usually relevant to a call to action, which is why I have book online today, love your hair again, book now. And then this one is just pushing, we're premium and you're gonna get a good result that lasts a long time. So we're definitely worth it, all right? Now what we wanna do now is we're gonna scroll down and put in our descriptions. I'm gonna remove all these really shit ones and I'm gonna put in ones that are actually good. All right, so here's our 2 little descriptions right now, all right? So you can pin these into positions which way you want it to flow or whatever. It's really up to you. You can have about 4 different descriptions. But I do recommend, like I said before, pinning these in to make sure you get them in the correct areas so it reads a little bit better. So this is what it looks like right now. Hair salon close to me, love your hair again, book now. Book online fast and walk out with hair that looks better, feels healthier, lasts longer. Luxury cuts, color and styling by expert stylists in a modern, relaxing salon. All right, this is an absolutely killer ad, right? I don't doubt that this will get a shit ton of clients to book in. All right, so this is what you want, guys. This is the type of ad that you're looking for. But we're not done just yet. We want to put in images now. Now, I recommend just putting in, obviously, any images that you have on your website that are really good, but just make sure they're not ugly stock photos or anything like that. So I'm just going to grab this photo here and we're just going to tap on save. Now we're going to scroll past, just put in your business name and then just add in your logo right here and then have different site links. So site links are literally just different areas of your website where they can see right at the ad. As you can see here, wedding services, blog center, book appointment. You do want to curate these to be more punchy. Like you want one of these to be hair salon near me, which is basically just, you know, one of the keywords. And then book appointment is good. You want to have one for probably read our reviews, so a page specifically for your reviews. And then, you know, you can have one for wedding services, but you'd probably have an ad built out specifically for this. So I'd probably change this to something like where are we located or anything like that, all right? And then for call outs, add these in. They're just little snippets right at the end of the actual description. I don't bother with them that much. Our description already looks good, so I'm just not gonna bother with that. And then we're gonna put on more asset types. You can put on anything here if you want. Besides lead forms, don't use them. They're absolutely arse. You want people to go to your website, not use the lead forms. They're shit, okay? For pricing, you put that in. You can put in your promotions or whatever, but I usually generally just skip majority of the things here and we're just gonna tap on save. I'm gonna tap on next, and now we're just gonna put in our budget. So I recommend putting in around 10x. Like if you're a solo hairstylist, you want to put in around 10x the cost per click, which should get you at least 1 to 3 clients per day. So for us, that would be around $26, okay? Which really just isn't that much money. But since like if you're a hair salon itself, you want to set in a custom budget and you just put this to whatever you want to put in. So maybe like $100, $200 a day, whatever you want. Whatever you think is going to really like bring in a ridiculous amount of clients and fill out all of your seats in there. All right, so we're just going to put this on $5 because this is a demonstration ad for you to learn, and I don't want to accidentally spend some money like I have beforehand and send a bunch of clients to this hair salon. All right, so I want to tap on next. And we're just going to publish the campaign. But first we'll have to confirm myself, and then I'll get the ability to publish the campaign either up here or down here, all right? Now don't stress about the bidding, it has a warning sign, but that's purely because it wants us to be on a conversion focused bidding strategy. You don't want to do that yet, do that when you've got enough conversion data in your Google Ads account, then you can flip it over to a conversion focused bidding strategy, all right? But not now. Don't do it yet. All right, well, that was the entire video. I hope you enjoyed it. Look, if you're doing that unfair advantage, join my advertising course. You will never regret it. You'll learn more than you'll ever learn about Facebook ads and Google ads, and you'll know exactly how to optimize the accounts with the secrets that I can't share for free, so you can get more and more profitable results the longer you actually run the ads, instead of just setting them up, running them, and then eventually they die off because you haven't changed anything, you haven't optimized it. So make sure you jump in and get the course.